How's it going, YWC? Guy on internet who doesn't like reviews here. I have apple cider. Oh yeah, and a TNA Impact Wrestling review. Lethal Lockdown, the free preview. Excellent show. Yes, granted, this was a free preview, and yeah, it's not a pay-per-view in the traditional sense. It's basically a glorified TNA Impact episode, but that doesn't change the fact that the show that they put on for these 2 hours was very damn good. I won't say awesome, but damn good and awesome. Pretty much the same thing. So before I get into the show, I'm take a swig of this apple cider. Why? Because fuck you, that's why. Also because it's delicious, by the way. If you don't have an apple cider, I suggest going to your store and getting some. It's that time of the season where everybody needs an apple cider in their life. Anyway, let's go into TNA review. It starts off with a contract signing, and yeah, this one it had one good moment, but besides that, it kind of sucked. Dizzy Carter cut a promo talking about how Jarrett thinks that she stole the company from him or whatever, and that he took himself out of power. I think a promo like last week or 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, where she was on the ramp in the blue dress. That was a better promo than this one. And then Jeff Jarrett, let's all face it, he's playing the IWC nerd that hates TNA and thinks that Jeff Jarrett was taken out of power because Dizzy Carter stole the company from him, and that TNA will be in a better place with Jeff Jarrett, even though Jeff Jarrett would have fucked up TNA because he doesn't know how to manage money, and he came to Dizzy Carter because he couldn't afford anything for TNA, so he's playing that guy. He's playing the guy that wants Jeff Jarrett in power because of Jeff Jarrett. He's playing an IWC nerd. Anyway, they signed the contracts and they put the contracts up, and then Jeff Jarrett says, look, I have always wanted to do this to Dizzy Carter. He just cold cocks Jeremy Borash. Jeremy Borash sells the punch like fucking death. He falls all stiff like a ton of bricks. Best part of the segment. Anything else? Not really. Jeremy Borash getting hit and selling it? Thumbs up. So you see EC3 pull up, being chauffeured around by Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy gets out of the car, opens up EC3's door, and EC3 tells him, I got a present for you in the back. It's in the garment bag. I need you to go into the locker room and change for me. And then he grabs the bag, and EC3 tells him, could you close my door back again? I got some cat videos to watch. I'll be in there in a few minutes or whatever. EC3 is entertaining. EC3, I love EC3 so much. The guy's fucking phenomenal. Now, he didn't even wrestle tonight, and I think he put on the best performance of all the people. I want to say Drew Galloway, but damn EC3, he's so fucking entertaining. You can't get enough EC3 when he gets on your screen. Then you get Shera versus Abyss. Shera's dance is catching quite the wave of popularity, and it's stupid and simple. Like, what? I don't know. The crowd's liking it. I never seen nerd. It's a stupid dance. Why is he doing it? He shouldn't be dancing. Look, it's getting over. The crowd likes it. Kids like it. It's something simple for the kids, old people, and stuff to do. And let's face it, in this music era that we're in, or whatever, social media, simple dances get people over. The Nene, whip, other stupid hip hop, simple ass dances, all completely blow up. Who's to say that this shit won't blow up and just like, I don't know. Anyway, getting into the match. Pretty good match. Battle of two beast monsters. I mean, you would think like, I know somebody say like Cher's not a fucking animal or beast. Look at the guy. The guy's built like a fucking brick house. He has muscles fucking everywhere. Yes, he's still kind of green. I think there's, like I said, there's a lot of potential there for Shera, and I think they're just now getting behind him. The crowd's really liking Shera. He put up a decent match with Abyss. The match ends with, James Storm comes out to try to hit Shearer with the bull rope, misses, hits Abyss. Shearer takes out Storm, and then Abyss hits Storm by accident, and then Shearer hits the Sky High. Best part of the match was when Shearer chokeslammed Abyss. Now, that was a spot. Now, I think the match should have ended right there because that was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. You don't see people chokeslamming Abyss, especially like guys shorter than him. So that's a statement that like, I'm sure and I'm fucking strong and I can do that to Abyss. But yeah, like I said, okay, match. Then you get the EC3. Oh my god, EC3. EC fucking. He comes out with tires. He tells Jeff Hardy to come out. And then the music hits. He's like, oh wait. Assists don't have music. What are you doing? Hardy comes out and he's wearing a fucking suit with EC3's face all over it. Tires and EC3 are just having a fucking laughing riot. EC3 says, I thought you couldn't shine up a turret, but you put an EC3 face on it, you can make it look damn good. So the fans are chanting for Jeff Hardy, and EC3 says, look, Jeff Hardy, if you want to keep your job, you're going to have to tell them to stop doing that. And I kind of get it where it kind of doesn't make sense. Why would Jeff Hardy care that he's fired because he's a millionaire? I guess what they're trying to do is that Jeff Hardy loves wrestling so much and being away from his fans that he doesn't want to get fired because, yeah, if he got fired, he would still have money to live off of. He probably still gets dirty royalty checks or whatever. But I guess that's the whole storyline. He doesn't want to be fired. He wants to continue to wrestle in TNA for his fans. I guess that's it. Rockstar Spud comes out and he says, this looks familiar. You're yelling at an assistant, wearing a funny suit. I used to be that guy. And I would wear that suit if it didn't have that jackass's face on it. He says that it's sad that TNA has a piece of trash for their World Heavyweight Champion. EC3 says, would a piece of trash have beaten Kurt Angle, Sting? And he pretty much lists all of his things he did in TNA. And Spud says, yeah, you're a piece of trash still. And then EC3 just like, he gets mad and he hits Spud with a microphone. And then they're leaving. And then Spud attacks EC3 from behind. Tyrus grabs Spud and EC3 gets mad. He's about to hit Spud. He's like, wait a minute. Jeff come here. And he has Jeff Hardy hit Spud. And they leave. Then you get the Knockouts title match. The 4-way Brooke versus Kong versus Kim versus Tapa. Wow. These women put on a phenomenal match. All of them gave their all. The one thing I'm going to say about this match, I'm not mad at it per se. Gail Kim ends up winning. She tries to go for eating feet on Brooke. Brooke reverses it into a sunset flip, which Gail reverses into a schoolgirl pin. I'm not mad at Gail Kim winning. It's just kind of random. And no, Gail Kim hasn't won a lot of championships. This is her fifth. Angelina Love has 6. So it's not like you fanboys on the internet say that this is the John Cena of TNA. No, she's not. She's won 5 championships in 10 years. Think about it. I want you to think about that now. I'm just wondering where this goes. Maybe Brooks takes a little time off because he's injured with the fingers, or she turns heel. They still got the dollhouse thing going on with the beautiful people. I'm wondering who they're gonna send at Gail Kim, and maybe Tapa if JW sits around. Maybe one of those two, Gail Kim versus Tapa, which I wouldn't be opposed of because it'll be retribution for Tapa since the first time Gail Kim put her out of TNA. So that would be pretty cool. Anyway, then you get a segment backstage where EC3 finds out that he's going to have to face Spud next week, and he says to Jeff Hardy, did you do this? You got to put some kind of stroke backstage, which was kind of like a double entendre because Jeff Jarrett's back there and his move is a scroll. I wonder if that was done on purpose. Anyway, Jeff Hardy says, why? Because you know that Spud can beat you, and you know Spud can beat you, man, for the World Heavyweight title. And then EC3 says, he better not win for your sake or you're fired. And then you get the two segments with Team TNA and Team Global Force. They're hyping each other up. And then Drew Galloway in another segment gets told by Jeff Jarrett that there's going to be a fifth member to join the Lethal Lockdown. It's not going to be 4, it's going to be 5, which, you know, if you watched the show last week, you already know who the person is that's joining for the 5th member of Team GFW. So you get into the Lethal Lockdown match. Starts off with Sanjay Dutt versus Davey Richards, and then who gets in there? I think it's oh yeah, Eric Young comes in. Then it's, I think, Drew Galloway, who fucking, that man was looking like a complete beast the whole entire match. I mean, he was throwing people around like rag dolls and really getting emotionally involved into. He's playing his character in TNA very well. Let's see. Then it was, I think it was Brian Myers that came. No, Brian Myers came out. Well, all the people came out. Myers, Drew Galloway, EY, Bram, who was the 5th and final participant for TNA, and that was a very huge shock. And I was talking to T-Sean, I was like, that was kind of weird and random. But then he was, you know, you kind of think about it. Team GFW, they have Ariel who defected over. How do you counter that guy's absolute fucking nuttiness and insanity and brutality? You go to the human hate machine. You go to the Chesterfield Plague Bram. And everybody in the match sold this perfectly when Bram came out. GFW, they're like, what the fuck? Bram? It's like mind blowing. And even the TNA guys, they're like, when the Wolves, when they heard Bram, they're like, whoa, wait a minute. We don't know anything about this. Even Drew, all the people were like just completely surprised. So the match happened. GFW takes a slight advantage when they gain weapons. But eventually TNA takes over. They start whipping ass. They put Jeff Jarrett in a trash can. The Wolves hit double coast to coast. They hit the coast to coast on him. And the match ends with Drew Galloway. Like, let's see, Brian Myers, he's left standing, and he starts wailing on everybody with a trash can. And he forgets about Drew Galloway. Drew Galloway comes through with the Roger Strong, like, sick kick, knocks it into his face, and then he grabs Myers and future shot DDTs him on top of the trash can. Pins him 1, 2, 3. Only problem I have with this match is it probably should have been Jeff Jarrett taking that pin. I mean, he should have been the one getting future shot DDT on top of the trash can. Then Dizzy Carter comes out, and Drew Galloway, I see this coming. Like, Drew Galloway, the way he handed the shares to Dizzy Carter like she was his queen, or, you know, he's very historical type of guy or whatever, like, you know, not British, but Scottish, and doing stuff like that. I can see a storyline being like, oh, EC3 when he gets with Jeff Hardy, okay, Jeff, you've done all this right here, you're my nephew, but you kind of turn your back on me when I need you the most with the GFW angle. But there's a man who didn't do that. His name, John Cena. No, Drew Galloway. And I still believe that Drew Galloway, he's going to be the one to beat EC3 for the world title. And this will be the perfect storyline to set it up. I'm not saying now. I mean, of course, Drew Galloway needs another feud in between that time because they still need to sell Jeff Hardy versus EC3 and then have EC3 beat Jeff Hardy, and then they need to have that happen. Anyway, really enjoyed this show. Even though it only had 3 wrestling matches, they were good quality. Like I said, they went from good, the sure match, the knockouts match, very good, and then the Lethal Lockdown match, fucking awesome. So anyway, we get out of here. Catch you guys later, and tell me what you thought about the show. But by the way, I'll save that for another time. Anyway, I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.